here is light, over there is darkness. So the question is, what changed me? Let's start here, in the darkness. I was 17 and I need to enter into university. And in Mexico you need to apply to different exams, and then it's when you get access into free education. At that time my parents didn't have the money to support me for a private school. So it was the first time that I felt depression, failure, and lost. What I did for 3 months, it was like literally just eating and sleeping for 3 months. That was even with the support of my family. I couldn't handle that. I did like 10 different exams. I was really good in mathematics and with the students, but it's if you have 2,000 places and it's 10,000 people like trying to access it, it is what it is. But now let's go to the light. 12 years old, 15 I think. I still remember being in the subway of Mexico, sitting there, just looking at the people, looking around. And in all my trips I was like, life is not this. It cannot be this, sad faces all around. And as I grow, I start to save money, and my first trip was going to Canada. And from there, it was just the doors open to many different trips. I've been traveling for the last 15 years, living in so many different countries, and having such an amazing life experience in through that path. And every time that I'm in Mexico City, I take the subway. I remember that like a teenager being there, and I still touch me. But it's like I can see that guy, having dreams, and dreams coming true through time. And it's gonna make sense all this at the end, I promise. So, darkness. 7 years ago, my brother was diagnosed by cancer, and of course, it broke my life. I suffered. I couldn't understand what was happening at that moment, and I was living like far away from him. When I visit him, I ask him like, have you ever cried? Because I never see him cry. Then he told me like, no, he just cried like 2 times. Because he's doing everything what he could do, putting his part, and the outcome, it could be like he can be cured, he's gonna die, or nothing happened. And that shocked me, because that experience was like, wow, I'm living all this pain inside of me and suffer, and he's passing through that, and he's living in a completely different way. But at the end, he's alive. So that's part of the life. So he's alive. But it was a dark moment for me. Speaking about the trips, I saw him say like mucha ropa. That's mean like he has a lot of clothes or striptease, this kind of thing. So I've been working in so many different things, like horses, cooking, tourism, and I used to work in a cruise ship for 2 months. And every Friday, even if you don't believe, but I need to do a striptease for like for the women's at the bar. So I was with like a four so I was with like a 4 gorillas and and myself, but I have a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a great experience that changed me through life, and that comes from the curiosity that I have when I was in that subway. You know, always like curious and looking forward to see what else. You know, different when I was in that position when I was just surviving and I didn't want to be curious. I just want to be there, you know. And I think most of us we been into that situations, but yeah, we cannot forget to be curious about life, others, darkness. What happens if you bring a palm tree into the beach? And what happens if you bring a pine tree a palm tree into the cold forest and a pine tree into the beach? Probably they're gonna survive. Or probably they're gonna die. It's not their environment. I've been in different moments in my life in environments that they are not for me. No, and in the darkness it's hard to see that there is not our place, and it can be a place, it can be people around us, it can be our job, many things. Light. I used to work in summer camps as a mountain guide. For many years, it was my oasis. The life that I experienced during that period of my life is, I don't find words to explain, but you can see when you are in your food. You know, if you remember, each of you, I believe you have this experience where like, it is that place, you know, and you shine and you just live like a fool. So that's the environment. Last darkness. During the pandemic, I get stuck in one state, and I couldn't like do much, and I started to meet people that started to invite me more into the party. Suddenly I realized like I've been like partying a lot, wasting money, damaging my health, and other people is not here. They were good for the party, but they are not here. And when I see back, the influence that they give to me it was not the correct one, you know. But fortunately, through my life, is the opposite. Most of the people that they touch my life, and some of them that I touch their lives, they give me love. They touch me in a so deep way, in a positive way that affect and is the person who I am. And even here, I have some good friends that still impacting me and supporting me and just shining days. So that's friends. So this is the 4 things that I see. Is experiences, curiosity, environment, and people around us. But sometimes we need to, I think, stand and just look and see if they are in the dark part or in the light part. No, and I'm gonna finish this episode with this. But as well, we need to be careful because too much light can make blind us. And from the dark, sometimes it's easy to see the light. Okay, thank you.